Hey guys, how you doing? Are you having a good start to the year? I've had a really good start to this year, and I'm going to keep up the momentum for sure. I'm quite excited actually what this year is going to bring, at least personally. Collectively, at least here in England, I mean, things are looking okay. There's definitely a few things we've got to sort out, but when I was looking back at some of the old videos on my computer at this time last year, and it was quite beautiful actually, just reminiscing, looking at the first great reopening videos that I ever done, and just thinking like it was such a different landscape that we were in. It looked really, really dark, and it's going to be locked down forever. And we're in a much better position now. And of course, there are still many things that still need to be sorted out in this reality. And although the truther movement in the UK is very cynical, anytime anything positive is mentioned, you've always got someone's like, oh, la, la, la. But it's our greatest strength, but it's also our greatest weakness, to be fair. You've got to try and find the light somewhere. But there's some really great resistance happening always. That's one of the amazing things about this country is the activist movement here is so fucking strong. There are so many people who are so passionate about just fighting for our human rights and our basic needs and being able to live in a free society. It's really, really inspiring to see that. And you've got the NHS 100k that's coming up. That's sort of all of the NHS workers banding together to stand against the vaccine mandates that are coming into force. That's really, really inspiring to see that. So if you haven't seen that already, go check that out. But so if you haven't seen it as well, I recently started a new Instagram account. It's a bit more of a personal account. I'll have a bit different content on there. And it sort of ties into where I'm going to be taking this year. I've got some big plans, and stick around. You might be quite surprised. I don't know. It depends how long you followed me for. Because I didn't just start the Great Reopening last year. I've actually been doing this for a very long time. And I like to experiment with different ways of being of service to people. And it's not something that I've heard of, not like just recently discovered. But it's something that I've recently thought about, yeah, I could actually do this. I'm not going to mention what it is just yet, but because I've got a few more things I want to put into place. Like I'm doing a little bit of more research. I'm really sort of saturating my reality in this field. And it's tied into personal development. If any of you are interested in personal development, I'm sure many of you are. Because, getting into this activism stuff, it's all well and good. But if you're not looking after yourself, then there's only so much good you can do. And also in the pipeline, there's free ebooks coming, and I'm very excited about that. And hopefully by the end of this month, they'll be ready for the public. And they're not they're not too heavy. It's very simple material that can just be digested by basically anyone. And there's some very simple steps on what we can do. Because throughout this journey of awakening that started a decade ago now, so many times the questions of what can I do comes up. That comes up so often. And hopefully these ebooks, they'll be able to tap into solving some of that, answering that question. So yeah, I hope you're having a good start to your year, and if you haven't already, set some goals, long-term, short-term goals. Goals are so important and crucial, and stick to them, improve yourself, and let's improve this reality, and we'll see what happens on the 26th with the COVID passports, right? Let's see, if they do get dropped, if they don't get dropped, or whatever, because that is one of the most key things, as well as the vaccine mandates. They're the two things that really need to be focused on. So, let's keep this momentum going, and I'll see you next time, guys.